Hello, I'm Fast Lawyer. I'm with Oculus Rift Reviews. Today we're going to review and play Front Defense Heroes VR. Front Defense Heroes VR is a game on the Steam store for the HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift. It's by developer Fantahorn Studio, and they made an earlier game, which this game is based on, called Front Defense. And I purchased Front Defense a long time ago, probably 2 years now, maybe longer. And with that purchase, Front Defense Heroes multiplayer was included. Right now it retails for $7.99, and I do recommend this game. I'm actually amazed by the amount of content that this game has, given the low price of $7.99. There's 3 different modes: Team Deathmatch, Free-for-all, and Attack and Defend, which is basically like a combination of Last Man Standing and Objective. There's, I believe, a total of 16 different maps, if I'm not mistaken. And I believe all of them have Team Deathmatch. And some maps have all 3 modes, but I believe each map does have at least Team Deathmatch, if I'm not mistaken about that. There are some different options. There's different locomotion options. Obviously, I prefer full locomotion, free locomotion. And there is snap turning. I would have preferred smooth turning, but the snap turning is okay. It's basically all you need to be able to play this game. Standing, I don't recommend playing this game seated, just because you do have to get behind cover and whatnot, so you're better off standing so you can duck in and out of cover easier. Obviously, if you have room skill, that'll be a little easier as far as getting around corners and stuff. The gameplay is pretty fast and frantic. There are bots, so you don't have to worry about there being nobody to play with, and the bots actually are very good. These are almost, I'm not going to say they're the best bots in VR, but they're definitely in the top tier for AI bots in VR, especially on hard difficulty. I found the enemies move to very smart locations. If you were in a corner, let's say, with a turret that you found and you're using that turret, well, your enemies are going to throw grenades at you. And they do stuff like that. If you're around a corner, and they're aware of your position, they will come at you fully aware. Whereas if you haven't made your position known, you can actually gank them. If they're not aware of your position, you can just mow them down. But if you've been killing enemies there, they'll know that you're there, and they'll try to snuff you out of your position. There's lots of different guns and unlocks to do in this game. The guns all felt differently. There is an arcade feel to this game, so it's not like, even though it's World War II, it's not like a sim. So if you're expecting a sim, I think you'll be disappointed. This is not Onward. I think this would be closer to Pavlov as far as gameplay, except, this is all World War II. I think it looks really good. Now, I did have frame rate drops, but for me, it ran as smooth as you can expect. I don't know what would happen if you had a fully populated game, meaning 5v5, and I'm not sure if there would be slowdowns due to lag. I did get into a match with another player, but the other player was not communicating. I'm not even sure they were playing, so I can't really confirm how this game would play with 6 different players. I believe it uses your host, so if you start the match, you'll be hosting the game. So it might depend on your connection. My ping was pretty high, even though I was a host, and I was a little confused by that. I'm not sure if that's just the location of the server. Here you'll see me sneaking up on a person, and there you go. And then the other person, unfortunately, reacted too fast, or I was too far away. I'm not sure if I was far away enough. They should have known that I was behind them, but as you can see, they took care of me anyways. There's lots of different weapons, like I mentioned. There's pistols, there's assault rifles, there's snipers, there's bazookas, and I had a lot of fun using the bazooka. The bazooka is probably the most fun weapon in the game, and it's basically a one-hit knockout, which Again, I haven't played against other players online, but that might be a little overpowered. But that does mean that you'll probably have to play as a team. In other words, you probably don't want to just run in there knowing that there's a player out there with a bazooka somewhere. So you probably want to go out as a team and spot the enemies, and that way you can neutralize the bazooka, because the bazooka only really gets you if you're not expecting it. But if you can spot it, it would be an easy kill, because obviously the bazooka is a one-trick pony. And so it's very powerful, but you're also leave yourself up for counter, as you can get sniped from distance, or you can just get outflanked with the bazooka. The grenades were a little tricky to use as far as throwing them. It didn't feel as natural as I would have liked. It took a little bit of getting used to. But I had lots of fun playing against the bots. I would love to play against real humans in this game. This game is a lot of fun. It looks really good. All the maps look good. I would only say one map looks bad, and that's like the starter map. When I first played this game, it was the map on the, I believe, subterranean map. It's a very small map. That's the only really bad map. All the rest are really good. There's unlocks. You can unlock different guns as you go along, so there's reason to keep playing. The reloads were easy. They weren't, I wouldn't say they're very realistic. For most weapons, you do want to two-hand them so you can get better stability in shooting those weapons, especially any weapon that shoots fast. Now, you can one-hand weapons if you want, but you'll just be very inaccurate, because there is a lot of recoil in those weapons. For $8, I think you're getting a great deal. I mean, these are, like I said, 16 really good-looking maps for the most part, and the gameplay is fun. You can even walk around with a katana if you want. I don't recommend it, because you'll probably get owned, but it is fun to run around with a katana and get a kill, although you do have to be very sneaky, because it's not very advisable to run around with a katana when you have machine guns firing at you. I don't think I showed this gameplay, but there are machine gun nests that you can go into and control those points. You counter that with grenades. So there's quite a lot of strategy in the different maps, and there's a lot of verticality. There's buildings you can get into, you can climb, you can get behind walls and cover. So yeah, there's a lot of fun here, and for $8, this is just an amazing deal. I'm gonna have to give this 7.5 out of 10, just because I think it's such a good deal. It's not the best multiplayer VR game. I still like, games like Contractor more. Some might even enjoy Pavlov more. I'll leave that as a question of taste. But definitely, this is not the best VR multiplayer game, but for $8, it's probably the best deal. And I highly recommend you get it. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. I had lots of fun playing, even against the bots, and I would just love it to play this game against other players. I think it's a good deal. Definitely should go get it. I had a blast, and if you own the original Front Defense Heroes, you should have gotten this free, but if not, $8, I think it's a great deal. Anyways, I'm Fast Lawyer. I'm with Oculus Rift Reviews. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. If you like my video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.